Okay, does anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions on what we did today? Positions? No.
I think the only thing that I keep getting caught in, it's always with Brandon, but if I do any knee on belly or try to go for mount, I think he said I'm just too heavy on my head.
You guys' head is generally
Way over here.
Yeah, that's where your center of gravity is. So I just have to pick your hips up a little bit and you're going over, or you're creating space. So, and if you're there, you gotta transfer your center of gravity back. It's a mixture of your head coming up and
We show the
magic,
position
maybe.
on someone.
So, whether you're going for, the frames are so important, yeah. His head's up right now, but yeah, here, if I shovel shrimp, he's high as long as my frame is here, and then I'm not pushing and extending into an arm bar. I'm shovel shrimping, trapping his heel, and then extending you that way. For the most part, same thing in mount, getting a mount, and you'll get greedy. Yep. When I finger walk, this elbow has to cross the center line before I bring my head down. I'm waiting for you to bring your head down, and then that's my upa. So if your head, if you don't win the leverage battle here, so getting this across, yeah, let's go back. Right here, when you dip, your head's down, and now my hips just have to go a little bit higher, and I can upa escape that.
It's real slick. Any other questions?
So in that case, because I would notice I was putting my head down because I couldn't move that arm, should be doing more what you were saying with the
Finger walk, yeah, ratchet,
pop.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's, my main thing is I have to stay here. If I'm staying here, I'll open hand attack your neck or, trick choke you with my fingers. And then you'll come up and you own that space with your knees. Your knees come in and then they don't leave. Because I'm trying to push you up here. I'm in danger when my elbow comes out. Like I feel really weak against you guys. So everything I have to do is to keep my arms here, and then I'm cognizant of that wrist. So,
And if your opponent's keeping them tight, like you said, you're messing with just
Shallow choke with
that, or I'll lay out way far and try to smother you, or come back and Ezekiel you.
Yeah.
But my weight is really like point right here on my cup, and then out this way, so that if you try to open, you're gonna stick an arm out. I can stick an arm out and catch. But otherwise, all that weight's on you. In 2 points here and on your face.
This, what Brandon's talking about is what we talked about yesterday at the end of classes, like using your low mount to facilitate your high mount. So like when I'm in mount, right? Like ideally I want to be up here, right? But if you start here and your opponent keeps their elbows tight, this is hard to get. So a lot of times what Brandon and I and a lot of people will do here, let me get my ankles underneath, is that we'll go low mount like this, because this is really stable, and people will often start reaching their hands up towards your hands in order to defend you, and then that's where you can start working up like this. It also provides a lot of stability where now, because my weight is on top of him, like I can put my hands out to stop and I can start reaching and start stripping.
I'll put my hands way up, like reach towards the wall and smother,
Yeah, like this.
Like when you do that to me, the grapevines, the arms out, I feel like I can't get out. Like,
yeah, it's very difficult to escape this position.
So much weight on your hips.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why it's so difficult is just what Brandon is doing with his feet. Grapevines are okay, but if Matt kicks towards the same direction my grapevines are in, it's easy to break. Instead, if I lock my ankles underneath, this is much more difficult, because he has to devote a fair amount of energy to unbreaking my ankles all the while I'm messing with them.
And the minute that he breaks my feet, my knees slide up.
And this goes back to what I was saying yesterday, like your stability, I think, is higher in low mount, but your attack percentage is lower. But your attack percentage is much higher in high mount, but you have to have like really solid checkpoints in order to maintain it. So you use one or the other to facilitate it.
Yeah, and it's a good spot to catch your breath.
It really
Just
is.
chill. I mean, because they got to struggle. Let them struggle. Let them escape the position, and just breathe and stay a little step ahead of them.
I mean, there's something to that with patience too. Like I was mount on you, and I got impatient, and I wasn't great blinding. I wasn't doing low mount or anything. And then as soon as you saw the opportunity to push me off, you did. And I think you do this. I think I do the same thing in when I'm in side control, where I get impatient with the position I'm in. So I immediately try to go to offense as opposed to making the bottom person work.
For sure.
I think there's just something in general. Be patient in positions, and
Yeah.
that doesn't mean you're tense, right? It means you're.
Yeah. You can move and make people work and shut down their defense and do that kind of stuff. Any other questions? Really great work today, guys. We're gonna keep working on this like high mount series for the rest of the month. And we're gonna work on different ways to take mount from side control. So you'll have a couple of different ways. And then we'll also be working on how to deal with an opponent who's only got one arm up versus two arms up. And we're gonna also start looking at taking the back from mount, because one of the most secure ways of taking the back is from mount, okay? Because it's really easy, you already have a hook in, okay? So that's what's coming up. Great work today. Let's get a picture and get out of here. 1, 2, 3.